Let's go ahead and be honest with each other. DMAorg, while central to the lore, is also pretty confusing. We're not going to get into the logistics of how were these uploaded today, because that's a whole different discussion for another day, but not everything makes sense for Clancy to upload. So for example, the FPE badge. Why would Clancy upload this? Because Clancy's still in Dema by the time this is uploaded. This is uploaded immediately after the first letter, immediately after our little exposition, our little introductory into the Dema lore. As all well, there's this picture of Tyler. Why would Clancy upload this? Admittedly, Clancy is out of Dema at this point, but not yet at the events of the jumpsuit music video. Why was this uploaded? Or this gif of the Banditos walking into Dema with the file name they can't see yellow. How would Clancy know that? Including the weapon diagram we have coming during the outside music video. It doesn't make sense for Clancy to upload this. Why? We clearly get the weapon in the outside music video. Clancy's confused by the weapon. Clancy doesn't exactly know what this is, and the diagram here lays out what it is, what the power does, and it lays it out. So if Clancy were to upload it, wouldn't Clancy know about the Ned Horn weapon? It doesn't exactly make sense. So someone else has to be uploading files to DMAorg, right? We know the bishops have had access to it because they shut down the site for almost a year, and we saw the account terminated page for a good year, but it does make sense for the bishops to upload anything to DMAorg. They should just get rid of it. So that leaves one little drummer boy. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? First off, hope you're having a good day today. Hope your day's going well and hope it continues to go well. I'm very excited to talk to you about this theory. And this one comes from a Twitter space that I talked about a couple of weeks ago on the Twitter machine, and it was pretty interesting enough. And yeah, we're going to be talking about it in a video. The whole Twitter space was headlined by Shy at Salofelina on the Twitter machine and co-headlined by Bo at Dema's Best. Make sure to go give them both follow down in the description box below. And here is why Josh has been uploading files to DMAorg. The weapon diagram is going to be our star of the show here because this points to Josh being the one who's uploading certain files to DMAorg. Why? Well, first off, the Torchbearer has a plan. We know this from the latest Clancy letter because at the very end, if the Banditos follow the Torchbearer's plan, but how could any of this have been planned? And at the very bottom here, there is clearly a plan. Seize available vessel at Volksoy, Eastern Cove, interrupt bishops, with some more little things about the weapon diagram, saying glorious gone equals available vessel, bishops control the available vessel, interrupt in seize, and at the very top you see this little tiny letter cluster with an arrow, and that spells out seize Keons. There's clearly a plan there. Put two and two together, boom, Torchbearer. But if that's not enough evidence for you, let us play a little bit of steganographer and analyze the handwriting on the weapon diagram with a note that Josh wrote to someone else. And you can see, just compare back and forth real quick. Of course, for all of the files for DMAorg, the handwriting is going to be purposely a bit more sloppy to show this was written really fast, and compared to letter to someone else, to where it's going to be taken nice and slow and take their time. So first off, let's go ahead and analyze the words you on each one. You can see that they look strikingly identical to each other, especially the Y's on here. The Y's look very, very identical, and even the U. For the U being more sloppy on the weapon diagram, the U's look strikingly similar because it kind of has that similar line shape, almost like a backwards capital N to it, which is super, super cool. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the V's on the word love and vessel. Oh yeah, they look really, really identical with each other. You can see that it's like a check mark. Both are kind of like a check mark. It is super cool. And of course, you can analyze it more for yourself. You can pause the video here and check out the differences between both, but it's super cool and it's fun to analyze this stuff. And if you're wondering, well, why about the letters on a normal Clancy letter? Well, they don't line up at all. Clancy is writing in cursive, and on the weapon diagram, it is not in cursive one bit. It's more shorthand, while Clancy letter taking the time to write out everything. So this can't be Clancy writing on the weapon diagram, also because Clancy would be questioning the Ned Horn weapon more so if Clancy knew about the diagram. And now the next part of this theory, buckle up, because this is actually super, super cool, and I really want this to be true, and that is, where does this weapon diagram come from? We know it's an official Dema document because we see the Dema logo on the side with the Sacred Municipality of Dema United Violist logo right beside the side part of the diagram. So, where could this come from? It looks like it is a page out of a book. Almost like a book we have seen before if you were in part of the clique and were part of the lore during the live stream experience era, because we had the control center for the live stream experience. We got a whole lot of cool Easter eggs, a whole lot of cool goodies, and one day we got this. We got the whole book on Vialism right there on our laps. We had the whole book. You could not open this up, but this basically is your Bible. This is your Dema Bible, and it is something we all wanted to read, but we could not open. There was no possible way of opening it, but hypothetically, this is where all the documents are, all the rituals, all the maps, everything you need to know about Vialism. Maybe even a weapon diagram showing you how you can seize empty vessels, which is what the bishops want. They want people to become empty vessels so they can take over their body and live another life. You know, just kind of like immortality sort of thing. And what Shai is saying in this Twitter thread right here is that anytime we see a black and white update from DMAorg, it's coming out of this book, which would explain how we got this picture of Tyler laying in the river during the events of Jumpsuit, because there's no way Clancy could have taken this, because Clancy was laying in a cave, as well as how we got this map of Dema, or even furthermore, this whole map of Trench. How we got that in all. And it's pretty cool if you think about all of these coming from the Bishop's Book of Vialism. And why? So let's back up a moment. If all these are coming from this book, how is Josh uploading all these files? Well, my friends, Josh stole the book. After all, what is the translation of banditos? Bandit. And of course, the banditos go into Dema, they steal people so that way they don't have to commit to vialism, but it would make sense that they would take things that would help them in their aid in their ultimate mission, which is to destroy, dethrone Dema, and overthrow vialism, such as the whole pamphlet talking about everything about it. Rituals, ceremonies, everything about it. This little tiny book of cycles, which is how we got the weapon diagram, possibly explaining why we have this image of Tyler in the river in the jumpsuit music video, because maybe this cycle has already happened before, and this is their way to break the cycle in half. But Justin, we don't see Josh reading this book at all. We don't have a confirmation that he's HASN. True. However, may I point you to the Choker music video where Josh is clearly reading a book that has black on it. Now in reality, this is If by Nicholas Bourbaki. That being said, it's If by Nicholas Bourbaki. They always try to stop me that Nicholas Bourbaki, he's got no friends close to those who know him most. No, he goes by Nico. He told me I'm a copy. And so if you can't get the United Vitalists whole pamphlet printed out in time, what's the second best thing? If by Nicholas Bourbaki. Maybe this book is to represent the United Vitalist book that we see on the control panel on the live stream. But Justin, does it make sense for Josh to have all this power and have the book? Kind of, sorta, because I know something a lot of people, including myself, wanted at the very end of the Trench era to see going into this next era of 21 Pilots, aka the Scale and Icy era as we know it now, is to dive deeper into Josh's character and the importance of Josh, which a lot of people wanted. Tyler can look at it and say, you know what, let's dive deeper and let's give Josh these roles, which is why we see him as the torchbearer in the Outside music video and Saturday music video, why his character's getting more prominence. So him having this plan, him having the Book of Vitalism with him too, makes his character so much more important, adds so many layers onto his character. And Tyler did say in an interview leaving the Trench era that we were due to meet a new character, so odds are, I mean, it's possible that this could be just Josh. It could just be, I'm introducing you to everything that Josh does. But then again, the secret third character could also be Ned, because we didn't think, well, Tyler said Ned wasn't included in the Dema storyline, then, oh, here's Ned in the Outside music video, making me look like an idiot. But regardless, I'm going to move past that. And also something I want to note about these files, especially the weapon diagram being uploaded by Josh, is the tweets we got when the Outside music video came out. Especially this one right here. Before this, the odds seemed insurmountable, but now an equalizer. Everything will be in position, all the pieces on the board, ready for the final push. And then the following tweet after that, this is a story about cycles and trying to break them, about discerning between external and eternal attacks, and about balance, a balance between being saved by a friend and saving yourself. This is nothing that Clancy would type. Yeah, sure, it sounds like stuff Clancy would type. However, especially this first one, about the odds seem insurmountable, but now an equalizer. Again, Clancy's confused by the whole weapon. This tweet sounds like we know what the weapon is. I know what the weapon is, and I have a plan. Clancy has no idea what this weapon is so confused by it, so it points towards Josh, which is why Josh uploaded files to DMAorg. Thank you, I close my case to rest. But of course, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. It's certainly interesting to think about, and I really want to see this happen. So that way we have the Banditos having the Book of Vitalism as well as a pair of Ned's horns, so they are equally matched with the bishops going into this final era. Ooh, I'm so excited. But anyway, guys, I'll see you all later. Like I said, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I'll see you with another 21 Pilot thing on Thursday. Tomorrow we listen to a new artist, but we'll see you all later. Goodbye. And good night, more importantly, have a good day, and I'll see you later.